We have a YouTube video today from Enoch Burke's brother. They're basically standing outside Wilson's Hospital School where basically Enoch Burke was banned from, contempt of court. He went to jail for 500 days, trying to call people cats, and you're calling people they and them and zer and them and all this type of stuff, guys. It just really brings down the whole level of professionality in the school. Now, the actual reason why he went to jail, the whole contempt of court, I don't agree with, of course, guys. You have to agree with the courts. Okay, we have a legal system for a reason. But the root issue, why he went to jail, I 100% agree with Enoch Burke on this one. I think most people in the country do. But now, he's being labeled insufferable. So I'm going to try and help change your opinion on this guy today. Hopefully you understand with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let's hear what they have to say.
I'm here with Enoch Burke and Martina Burke outside Wilson's Hospital School in County Westmeath. Enoch Burke has turned up here for work since Monday, the beginning of the school term. And it's been a bitterly cold week with temperatures plummeting to -3, -4 degrees at times. And Enoch forced to stand outside the door of this place where he is an employee and remains an employee in his 7th year of employment. And this all went back, Enoch, all goes back to that time in May 2022 where...
Wow. May 2022. Just catch the date on that, guys. That is a long time ago. May 2022. This has been going on for damn near 2-3 years now. And he's been in jail for 500 days. I mean, that is a long time. That's damn near the whole entire time that this case has been happening.
The principal made a demand of all staff to address a young child by a new name and the they pronoun. Isn't that correct? That's correct, yes.
And this kind of reminds me, I don't know if you guys remember the massive story that blew up, it must be 10 years ago now. Jordan B. Peterson, a lecturer in Toronto, basically the exact same case. I don't know the nuances of Jordan Peterson's case, but where the kind of student said, will you call me by this name? And he had no issue calling the student by a new sort of pronoun. The issue was that they made it a legal case. They changed the law. They said, if you do not label this person a cat, microwave, a tree, them, they, zer, whatever, then that is the issue, guys. There's really nuances, and I try to explain it on YouTube, because I'm a professional. I'm the professional. Let's talk like professionals. We don't mind. I'm encompassing the entire, people that are not part of the sort of woke movement, which is most people nowadays. We don't mind calling anybody whatever they want, guys. Zem, Zer, I can call you a cat, I can call you Batman, whatever you want to be called. The problem it has is when they now legally require you to call somebody something, or else you're going to go to jail for it. That is where now we have to stop that, because the law should not represent kindness, If you don't want to call somebody something, that is not within your obligation.
And the they pronoun. Isn't that correct? That's correct, yes. And this is my 7th year here in employment at Wilson's Hospital School. And I've been here now for the past 3 days, as Isaac said, in the bitterly cold, outside, -3, -4 degrees. There's very little you can do in a situation like that except keep moving to keep your blood moving. It's very cold. And students watching from classrooms. And I am a teacher of German and history here. Got on well, loved by the students, and indeed over the last week, students knocking, waving, looking for selfies. But
so obviously has a sort of universal support from the students, probably from a lot of the staff members. It's just that the principal, obviously, being part of the big regime that is, probably Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, whatever, the leaders to be, told him, hey, the principal, you cannot let this guy back into the college. It doesn't fit with our moving forward agenda.
Indeed, over the last week, students knocking, waving, looking for selfies. But it all goes back to 2022,
wow,
where I was asked to accept transgenderism, and I said that was something I couldn't do. And it's now 2025. It's Thursday, the 9th of January. This has been going on this is the 3rd year this has been going on, and it could be all over today if the Church of Ireland patron, the bishop, was to do what she should do. This is a Church of Ireland school. It has a Christian ethos. I upheld that.
Okay, so this is massive. So Christian school, private school, very prestigious school actually. I actually looked into it, guys. I think you have to pay quite a lot to get in there. Me, I did not grow up like that, guys. I went to a public school. I went to like the worst secondary school in the whole country for graduating to college. This school, one of the best schools in college for graduating to college. So obviously really heavy professionalism, you know. And he talked about these T changing of your, T, right? Changing of your, what, guys. And it's not that he's against it per se, because I've actually looked into this. He's not against that. Of course, people are free. We have an open, free society to do what you want, guys. You can change your whatever. You can change whatever. But what happens is when people are now by law forcing you to say something and do something that doesn't agree with your religion. I mean, how would this go down with other religions, guys? I don't think it would go down too well, nor should it, guys. Your religion is your religion, and it should be like that. I think you can actually take it deeper than they're taking it.
As I was to by my contract, and I said I could not accept transgenderism. I couldn't teach children something that's simply wrong. I could not do that. To tell a young boy that he was they. That was something.
Yeah, and again, it comes back to the age thing. These kids aren't over 18. And I say kids, I'm not like the oldest guy in the world. I'm 29, okay? I'm the youngest guy on YouTube. No, I'm kidding. But, these kids are how old? 14, 15? I mean, this is unbelievable. 13, guys. I mean, potentially, this is a secondary school. Okay, high school for all the Americans, which I think is like 15 maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But this is a secondary school. So, you can do stuff after 18. But under 18, should you have rights to call yourself or think what you are? Maybe. But, it's a very nuanced case. This is a bizarre case that people don't really understand, and I want to bring light to it.
Thing I couldn't do. And I have been failed by Bishop Pat Story.
Betrayed, yeah.
The bishop, the patron of this school.
Betrayed.
And betrayed by her. For these past 3 years, she has been silent.
Wow.
A patron it comes from an old word, pater, father. It means a protector, a defender,
wow.
Somebody, a supporter. And that is what a patron is. They stand behind the ethos and they uphold it. And for these past 3 years, she has been silent.
Wow.
She has been silent.
She told you, didn't she? Am I right in saying that when you did write to her, before any of this happened publicly, you did write to Enoch, and she told you that she stood firmly behind, she had full confidence in Niamh McShane, the principal of this school, who is a promoter of LGBTQ plus transgender included ideology. Niamh McShane promotes that. So Pat Story, the bishop, had full confidence in a woman who promotes transgender ideology.
It's an interesting one because obviously, like I said, if you're over 18, most people that are conservative are more of the libertarian movement. People would say, okay, you're free to do what you want, etc. The legal thing is one thing, but also, guys, if it's anti your religion, I mean, it's anti your religion, and I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. Like, I myself go to church, I go to mass every once in a while. I go to pray maybe once or twice a year. I think I'm a Christian guy. I kind of do that. And whether or not you believe in God, it's nice to feel a spiritual thing. I need all the help I can get, I'll tell you that much. And I think more people watching these videos need more help than they want. Okay, so going to mass on Friday night isn't the worst thing in the world. I'd actually tell people, maybe it can help you spiritually. But anyways, all that aside, it is against their religion. So to force him to do something that's against his religion, it's a bit unfair in my opinion. It's a bit unfair. If it was any other religion, there would be, let's be honest, there would be, an uproar. So,
and that's the bishop, the so-called bishop of this Church of Ireland with the Christian ethos school.
Yeah,
yes, that's correct.
Yeah. It's hypocrisy in its highest. It's massive hypocrisy.
And she's the patron. She sits on the board of directors and she makes appointments to the board of management.
Wow.
She has the power. She is the patron. That's her responsibility to do that.
Apparently, she doesn't agree with the ethos of this school. That's very clear now. That Bishop Pat Story does not agree with the ethos of this school. So therefore the public are being deceived by the ethos that it's a Christian school, believing that God made them male and female.
Yes.
Wow.
That's written down there. It's on the book.
So when you Christian ethos.
Look at the school with the view to sending your child here, that is the ethos of this school. However, when you go in there, it's a different story. Now, Enoch can't get beyond the door anymore. He's barred. He's locked out of this school. He's not allowed in. He was a very good history and German teacher, and there's no doubt about that. We don't need to go into that again. Loved by all the pupils, but he's not allowed in anymore. When he goes up to this school, the door is locked.
Wow.
And it's locked because he will not affirm, give the yes to, give the thumbs up to, yes to transgender ideology, to LGBTQ plus, any type of sexual orientation or sexual behavior, any type of that. It's all promoted in here.
You know, one thing about Ireland is, you know, I've noticed this quite a bit, like, being a patriot myself, people are, like, afraid to make videos like this on the internet. You know, there is, like, a vast majority of people that are quite ashamed to make videos. And like I said, you know, he has the whole contempt of court thing, which obviously, you know, you can't do that, okay? But to not go along with the ideology, I mean, that's perfectly, that's within your right. You know, I don't have to go along with ideologies that I don't personally believe in, and nor do I, okay? I don't do that shit, all right? At all, actually. But, you know, to put a guy in jail, I mean, it just seems outrageous. I know, like I said, it's massively nuanced. Now, I'm not saying, you know, whatever. I'm just saying that, like, the root of the issue is they put him in jail because of not going along with the ideology. It's absolutely disgraceful, bro. It's so disgraceful, guys. I can't believe that nobody in Ireland is speaking up about this. Like, and when you look into this more, you're like, wow, this is a complete, you know, taking of human rights, you know. And obviously, you know, he did some crazy stuff. I think he ran after people, and you can't do that, right? You can't do a lot of the stuff emotionally charged, of course. But at the same time, it's like, dude, he should absolutely be within his right to not go along with things if you don't go along with it. Like, if they said, okay, Chris, now everyone has to today, I don't know, dye their hair pink, I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want to dye my hair pink. Okay, well, if you don't dye your hair pink, you're gonna lose your job. I'm like, okay, well, then I lose my job. You know, I'm a man of principle, and I think Enoch Burke is a man of principle as well, you know, at least to the point where, you know, this sort of thing.
And Enoch will not affirm that. He cannot affirm that,
Right,
because he's a Christian. And it's a scandal, I would say, on our country that the door is barred to him
it is a scandal
in this school.
It's unbelievable.
Simply because he will not affirm, he will not make it something wonderful that LGBTQs, bisexual, transgender, is promoted in here to the young people of this country. And this is the big problem with this whole saga. It could be over, it should never have happened. It could be over today if the church came out. Now, this isn't just happening in this school, it's right across the country. With up on 1 million, I would say, young people, primary and secondary, attending right across the country.
Wow.
Now, this is on the curriculum, the new SPHE RSE curriculum for all schools. All schools.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that as well. You know, do people need to be learning about these things at such a young age? I mean, maybe at 16 plus, you know, you can learn about a few things, or 18, but I don't know where the cutoff is there personally. For me, it would be later rather than earlier, absolutely. But, like, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't even understand why this is being pushed. Like, this is pure agenda driven, let's be honest, you know, and nobody is talking about it. People are so afraid, you know, in Ireland, guys, people are so afraid to stand up and speak. You know, and the people that do stand up and speak about it are, like, chastisized. It's like, dude, chastise me then. I don't even want to be part of the whole, you know, thing. I just want to know what's right and wrong. You know, most people would agree with me on that. Actually, funnily enough, everybody I talk to agrees with the shit I talk about, okay? Because obviously it is nuanced, okay? Even if you're left, right, whatever, you can't agree with this, guys. This is outrageous, right? That's kind of where that, you know, it ends right there. But yeah, unbelievable. You know, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, this guy's in jail for 500 days. I mean, this got such massive publicity. It was actually on the Joe Rogan podcast, and kind of that's where I kind of started to learn more about it. But they put him in jail for 500 days because his religious beliefs don't agree with it. I mean, it's kind of, I know, obviously, like I said, it's nuanced. I think it was contempt of court and a few different things like that, and going into the school and doing a few crazy emotional things, running after the people, which obviously I don't agree with. But the main reason, guys, you know, the main reason about him, you know, not agreeing with this sort of same thing that Jordan Peterson didn't agree with back in Toronto 10 years ago, you know, making it illegal to call somebody by their zur, zem, zim pronouns or whatever, going to jail for that. I think more people should be speaking up about that in Ireland, personally. But everyone here, to be honest with you guys, doesn't agree with that shit. Apart from very few people. People do come up to me now quite a bit, just random people. So I do love that from the public. Come up and talk to me. Tell me about what you think. I'd love to hear more about what the people think because, man, it's just disgraceful, man. I mean, this country, man, like, whew, it's going to keep getting worse until it gets better. I love you all. If you all want to support me, link down below in the description for my Patreon. Loads of blocked videos, uncensored videos there. Go and check that out. I have a good community over there. And I'll see you all in the next one, everybody. Peace.